Hello everyone and welcome to the DLP Report podcast. We are inside Disneyland Paris at Disneyland Park. And I'm here with some of the usual guests.
It's like Grand Return.
It's the Grand Return, sorry, of Richie.
For a while.
Of Disney Golf. Let's see. That's how long you've been gone. Richie Disney, hi.
Hi, everyone.
And Jeff from DLP Town Square.
Hello.
And we have Luke from the DLP Geek.
Hey all.
And Seb, who's here from DLP Report. And myself from DLP Report. So we've just opened Disneyland Park. It is Wednesday, July 15th. I've been saying that date so many times that I forget actually.
Actual opening
like
day.
what day it actually is. And everything went great. We had such a good time. We were, most of us were also here for AP previews. You guys got part of AP previews. And
yesterday.
And this morning, they reopened the park officially. And yeah, it's been great. I don't know where to start. I think the big message that I think has been coming out of everyone is that the magic is different, but it's still just as good. And I think in some aspects maybe even better.
Yeah, and I think we just did the Cowgirl mini meet and greet, and I think the only thing you lose is the hug. Everything else is kind of fine.
She will give you air hugs.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Because some of the meet and greets now are sort of like on ground level with you, with just sort of like a rope distance in between.
Yeah.
So there's like two kinds. There's like the show element meet and greets, where you have like up on a stage and it's like a showpiece. But then you still have sort of the classic meet and greets, which is still like ground level to you, face to face, but just that distance. But I think when it's still at like ground level, face to face, like you say, you only really lose the hug because every other piece of interaction is still there, and you still get the same good pictures, and
Yeah, and so there's a lot of safety measures, and I think it is. When I arrived, I was here last weekend as well. When I arrived, I think at first it's a bit. I mean, it's a lot to see. There's a lot, and you see those like gel dispensers everywhere, and obviously the big markers on the floor. But I think, I don't know, after a few hours, I don't even see them. I mean, I do see them in the sense that I'm using them to distance myself, but it's not really shocking. It's like the plexiglass walls. I'm almost used to them now after a few days.
And even the tape is really unintrusive. They've tried to keep it kind of a neutral color that you can see it, but it doesn't stand out.
yeah. Like I think as well, leading up to coming here as well, seeing the images from cast previews and things like that sort of warmed me up with what to expect. I think if I showed up here on like the first day of cast previews, I'd be a bit more taken back. But because there's been so much like pictures and videos shared online, I think that warmed me up to it. And then actually being here, it wasn't, like you say, it blends really well. It's visible, but it's not intrusive.
Yeah, it's like it's not. You don't see it and you think, oh, that's ugly. You think, right, I understand what that means. I know why it's there, and it works. You just get used to it, and it just works fine.
And I think everyone has been good so far. Even today is the first day that they let the normal guests, not to sound like but Monday, Tuesday was AP holders, and you would assume that AP holders. Oh, I love that song. It's the Frontierland background music, the actual background music. Big Thunder Mountain is actually broken right now.
There's one in truth, actually.
We're sitting across from Big Thunder Mountain, and there's a train full of poor guests who are just waiting to go up the hill.
Some things never change.
And I would say
The magic is
back. I'll be honest. I mean, this is my 5th day here, and I haven't really seen it down. Seb, have you seen Big Thunder?
No,
down?
Big Thunder, no. Pirates
Pirates a
has
lot.
been.
Paris has been having
quite
quite a few issues. Yeah, Paris has been a rough one. It got rusty. I don't know. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, most people so far, everyone has been really good at wearing masks, and most people are good with the markers. I think sometimes what could happen is if people are on their phones or in big groups and they're talking, sometimes some people will walk a little bit on the marker, but most of the time people realize, or a cast member will be quick to come in and tell them to move back, or Jeff.
I don't think people are intentionally breaking the rules, right? Like everybody I've seen, either they haven't read the sign and they just stand on it because they think that's where they're supposed to stand.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's going, I'm going to break this rule because I don't care about social distancing.
Yeah. And that is the bit of the confusion, because some places oh, look at her, she's going up to the hill to fix the train or something. There's a cast member who's going up the hill.
Like
I never used.
evacuation's about to start.
Oh, the evacuating. Oh, well, that's a live evacuation for you guys.
As soon as you see those white lights, it's
Oh,
an
yeah.
evac.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's kind of fun though, because you get to like walk
I've
down
done
the
it from
mountain.
there.
I've never like 101 done it there, and that's like a dream spot.
So I 101 on there, and it was during like January, February. So I was up towards the front of the train, and I watched Star Wars in a galactic celebration, and then they evac'd us. And I was like, perfect.
Oh my god. Poor Big Thunder. So yeah, and also I feel like one of the big there you go, the boat's coming. One of the big changes I feel like is guest and cast attitude. Everyone is so happy and excited and fun and saying hi, and also they all started saying have a magical day in English and in French, which is I think new. And it's just like a great energy in the park.
Yeah, we were at the train station, and the cast member was talking to us. It's been 2 years. Can you believe it's been 2 years? It's really good to have it back.
Yeah.
And like he's like waving to cameras when people are taking videos on things. Like it's just small things like that. You see it in all the other parks, and you just think, well, that's normal. And we always said Paris should be like that. Well, at least the last few days, Paris is like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Even when coming in the park in the morning, when they scan your annual pass, they pick your name and say, oh, hi Luke, or welcome Luke, or whatever. So that there's that just little added things that just mean a lot.
Yeah. It could really be like a new beginning, I feel, for the park culture for everyone, because everyone has to be more respectful and more aware of others. And on the cast member side, I feel like also because everyone's so more like social distance, they have more opportunities to like wave at people and see people. There's less big crowds and there's less big groups. And obviously this is not viable business-wise on the long term. They're going to have to up capacity at some point. But for now, it's actually a really cool experience. So I would definitely recommend coming this summer, because it's going to be, I think, like that with lower capacity and distance. It's so nice to be in a queue with people 1 meter away from you. You don't realize until it actually happens. Like when you're in the queue for anything, even like Big Thunder and Pirates, like to not have groups of people stuck to you and yelling on the phone or yelling at their family, like everyone's far away, and it's been really nice, really chill.
It's the most chilled out I think I've been in this park.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just a joy of an experience.
I mean, obviously, it is probably going to get busier. I think we're lucky to be here on the first day. This weekend is supposed to be quite busy, so we'll see how they cope with that. But most of the queues are extended to their maximum with social distance and markers, and hopefully they'll be able to absorb the crowds. And
We had a very long walk on Indy last night. We did bits of the queue that I've walked the queue before. Last night was the first time I rode it, but there's bits of the queues I've never seen used.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah, they're using part of the queues that we've never been through. I went through the Ratatouille queue. I had never been in the awning.
Nice.
You know the awning that you go all the way to the back, to the right?
There's some great posters on it.
They are, and some cool theming. Like, you get to see all the way down that little alley. I never realized there was even, like, an alley there.
That's another pro of it as well. You get to discover standby lines which you've never done before.
Yeah,
We did Peter Pan standby, which isn't the most like special standby thing, but like I literally couldn't tell you the last time I was in Peter Pan standby queue.
In that little courtyard, right?
Yeah,
like by
yeah, out the back
by
and stuff,
town hall.
So we entered the Peter Pan queue, did the little walk, and I was like, how many are you? Okay, we're 3. And I just went, okay, it's open, just go straight in. Like, we didn't stop at one moment.
Yeah.
We just walked straight onto the ride.
Yeah, and I mean, it is a bit weird to walk sometimes through those plexiglass walls. I think for me the weirdest is the Big Thunder Mountain queue, because
very narrow.
Yeah, it is narrow because they have those 2 lanes that sort of like are, it's like a maze. So like when you put those big walls, it makes it so much more obvious that you're going through this maze. But I mean, it's fine and it's safe, but it's a little bit weird. I think that's the one I was kind of like, oh boy, like, what's going on?
It's a long way as well.
It's a long way, yeah.
When you're walking, because usually you can skip that bit of the queue when there's no queue, that is, but now you're walking all the way through it. It's like, this is a long way.
Yeah.
but it's good they've at least put attention to detail where it's wood. Like you can smell the wood from the new thing. So at least they've kind of tried the defaming to some extent there.
Yeah, I think they've had like actual carpenters going on site with the wood, and they really feel like they've been custom built on each of the railing, because they all fit different sizes and shapes and turns, and it's really well done. They've done like a really good job with that. I didn't expect to see so much of them, but the guy Marco Bernini told us it was 3 kilometers of plexiglass that has been put in the queue.
It feels like it could even be more. I mean,
It could be
I
more.
mean, I'm sure he's right, but it feels like there's a lot.
Pretty much every attraction queue. I haven't seen an attraction yet that doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few that
Yeah.
don't have it because they just don't need it. Like,
Yeah.
Like I feel like Space Mountain doesn't have it.
yeah, Star Tours doesn't have it, of course. Oh, it
Yeah.
has it on the outside bit, I suppose. But
Oh, it has
Anywhere
that.
it has like switchbacks
Yeah.
where you're in close contact with other parts of the queue.
Yeah.
They have it.
Yeah, it's a switchbacks.
there
all
wasn't
this.
any at Indy.
No. But when there's no,
There's a tent at the end, and the
last-
the
There's
last
a
part
tent,
that
but there was no plexiglass because they were just missing out the roads, weren't they?
right, when they have enough room in the switchback to actually cut one lane of switchback every 2, then they won't put a glass because you're technically 1 meter away. And everyone has their mask. There's a couple of people who don't cover their nose, but it's honestly like there's a cast member who jumps in within I don't know 30 seconds to tell them cover your nose.
And they're making announcements all the time as well.
Right. I mean, we probably get one during this recording. The background music stops and there's a whole announcement. It's not the most magical, but you know what? Safety first.
It's important.
I think it's a good reminder.
I don't think it's a bad announcement. It's just to have a magical day, so
Yeah.
you know it's as good as it can be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Restaurants have been fine so far. They obviously have the social distance queue, and for most of the restaurants, they'll put you in some sort of like after the queue, they put you in some sort of holding box, right?
Hand sanitizer.
It's like, yeah, to sanitize your hands. Also, cast members tell you a lot of time to sanitize your hands when you go on Star Tours. I had it on Star Tours, Space Mountain.
And some won't let you on the ride until you've done it.
Yeah, some cast members actually point at the dispenser and they're like, please sanitize your hands. Because if you think about it, if you have every guest sanitize their hands, then you don't need to wipe the handlebars every single time the train comes back.
No.
And that saves a lot of time. So it's better to sanitize the guests than sanitize the bar. I think,
Yeah.
And it'd be
I think-
good to keep these hand sanitizing stations, just because. I mean, maybe you won't have to make it mandatory, but clean hands are good. I think
Yeah.
we've all learned this over the course of the pandemic. Like,
Yeah.
this is like the key takeaway, right? Clean hands are great.
Yeah, and it really made me realize how many times I've been to Disneyland Paris and only washed my hands when I went to the bathroom, which is, I mean, not to get into too much details, but a few times a day.
Yeah.
But you don't obviously stop by the bathroom to wash your hands after every single ride. And sometimes you just, get a snack, you ride an attraction and you touch your face and you don't realize. I mean, obviously it's more dangerous now, but even back in the day, now I'm like, oh, how did I go through life without using all that gel?
Yeah, because somebody could have an upset stomach who's just ridden Big Thunder Mountain before you, and you could just be about
Yeah.
to go and have your Mickey waffle.
Oh,
and just,
God.
And just like absorb those germs. Like,
Yeah. And I'm sure that's happened to a lot of people. I mean,
Yeah.
when you come back from a big theme park, it's not uncommon for people to catch stomach bugs and all that.
Yeah,
So hopefully they'll get some of them. At first I was a bit weird of them not being themed, but I think in the end it works because you
see
really
them.
see them.
Yeah.
And not to do a whole review of the gel, but it is Purell, which is actually quite premium gel, and compared to a lot of the ones that I've tried, it is really good.
Yeah.
It has not dried up my hands.
Mine
Or-
are quite dry.
Yours are good. Okay, fine.
Doesn't sound right.
What about yours, Richie?
It's okay. It's
Richie's editing videos of Cowgirl Mini.
But I'm not.
Hello, participate.
I'm not complaining about dry hands. Like it's fine. Like
Yeah.
I'm
It's
just saying
fine.
mine are dry.
But it's really good gel, and obviously I think it comes from the US, because do we have Purell in Europe?
no,
I've never
you were
seen
just
it.
saying that, wasn't it?
I've
Like,
never
Yeah.
seen it.
Those
No.
dispensers got sent by the US probably for like worldwide. And they obviously have an enormous stock. There's about like, I don't know, 4 or 5 per attraction. Plus
Easily.
some of them are on the street, in front of shops, on the counters, at the entrance, at the exit, and just it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's basically, remember how Walt was like, I want a bin every X meters?
Yeah.
I feel like Disneyland Paris was like,
Yeah.
I want a thing of gel every 10 meters. Like, and they do it everywhere.
But also, I don't like. Whilst you see them, they're not overly intrusive in most places. Okay, maybe outside restaurants and things where they're on stands. I mean, I wouldn't call it intrusive, but they're there. Like on the attractions, they've kind of put them in places where you can still get a picture, and it doesn't really.
Yeah.
It's not like here's hand sanitizer.
I mean, it is a bit weird to see a big hand sanitizer on Phantom Manor just like stuck there, but it's fine.
It's important.
It's important,
good to have.
yeah, it's fine. It's not like overly bad.
And if they're here to stay, you could theme them eventually.
I think
Yeah.
right now you don't need to feed them, mainly because everyone kind of is aware of what they are.
Yeah.
So they see that box, it's like, oh, that's a hand sanitizer. They
Yeah.
don't need to be.
And they
so-
all look the same, and they have a big Purell logo on it.
Yeah, so anyone who's been pretty much in public anywhere in the world right now knows what they are.
Yeah.
Because they're everywhere. So it's just the same kind of sanitizers you'd be used to seeing in your own town or city.
Yeah. And people use it. They use them a lot.
Yeah.
Most people.
Before and after, I see a lot of people just like, you know, and I mean, I think I've had like 500 applications over the weekend and this week of hand sanitizer. Yeah.
Yes.
Restaurants, yeah, so restaurants will be okay. Selfie spots. Selfie spots are fun.
Yeah. I've done one. I need to do some more. But
My
I've done
favorite, I think, was Meet Mickey, because you get to have 3 Disney friends on
one. We
stage.
should do that after lunch.
Yeah, you should go do it.
Yeah.
And they've really sort of built a cute little stage there where the screen usually is with cartoons when you queue for Meet Mickey. And I don't know, it all feels so Disneyland. They have like cute, you know, frames, and there's accessories for the characters to play with. And obviously you stand in front of the stage, there's a railing, but you can talk to them, they'll interact with you, they'll do all sorts of fun things, especially if you have Chip and Dale, they'll like turn around and show you their butt. That kind of stuff.
It makes sense in context though, with them being like on a stage to
Yeah.
why they're so distant from you.
Yeah.
I think that's why it kind of works with that one, because
Yeah.
like they're on a stage and it's themed like a stage.
Oh.
Molly Brown's going.
Molly Brown's going.
She agrees.
Time to go.
But yeah, like it works in context. I think that's why it makes a cool picture, because it's you
Yeah.
and those guys on stage.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why it kind of works in that context. Like,
It does. And obviously Mickey Magician was also really amazing with Fairy Godmother, Cinderella, and Mickey in his cute little outfit.
Yeah.
He does not talk at you, or I mean, he animates, but it's not talking Mickey from the show, but still very cute in his little French Parisian outfit. And the Marvel grid is also super fun. You get, for both of those, you get to actually walk on the stage, which is really fun, because when you turn around you see this entire theater and you're like, wow, I'm on the stage of Mickey and the Magician, and you get so close to the set and you get to see all the props from up close, and the characters in that context. It's nice. And Marvel has Doctor Strange.
yeah.
Have you done Doctor Strange? No.
No,
Oh no,
no.
it's like your first day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Richie just got here.
I think maybe we're going to do studios a little bit this afternoon, maybe.
I want to, because
Yeah,
I want
sounds
to
good.
like get all that stuff done, because like I say, like Doctor Strange has never met in Paris before.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not a traditional meet and greet as such, but it's as close as you're going to get for quite a while. I think it's pretty cool that they chose to use him,
Yeah.
because he is, as far as Marvel characters come, he's it's pretty damn rare. Like,
Yeah. You can hear the riverboat. I don't know if
it's quite relaxing.
it's quite relaxing.
ASMR.
Yeah. So there's also this is why we're here. There's also something they've moved a lot of tables. So we're actually sitting at a Last Chance Cafe table, but it's all the way by the river. So they've spaced out a lot of tables. At Bellinote also, they took some tables from inside and from the terrace and put them on the other side of the road where you usually watch parade.
Colonel Hattie's as well. We walked
Colonel
past a couple of
Hattie's,
them.
a
They've
full
really
terrace.
spread
Yeah.
them out as well
Casey's
throughout the land.
big as well.
Casey's, and you can also go sit on a Toad Hall Terrace, which has been refurbished. Looks beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah, we should talk about the painting at some point.
It's beautiful. They've done a really good job. Like all the gold lettering has been redone, and also, you know, all across the parks. I mean, we've been listing a lot of them on Twitter. Tons of refurbishment. The smoke effect worked this morning still in Big Thunder Mountain.
Ooh, nice.
Yesterday we had a ride without it. I think it might still be random like it was before.
Yeah, it's like every 1 in 3 or something like that, because they
Yeah.
have to recharge the thing. And
Yeah,
But that's
so
better than none.
it's better than none, yeah. And you know, and a lot of like steam effects of the machines in the Big Thunder Mountain queue. They've repainted the fountains. They've refurbished Castle Stage.
I think Castle Stage is a huge one, because that thing was like in really bad repair
Yeah.
after the 25th, and it never got better. But they
Boarding
kept
house as well is a
just
big one.
Well,
Yeah,
they kept
boarding
like
house as well.
covering the stage with
Yeah,
this like plywood, where they
wasn't
really
good.
it needed like a full
Yeah.
refurb. It had become unsafe for the cast members.
Yes,
For
they
the
had to stop.
performers, they had to stop shows. I think
Yeah.
towards the end of the 25th or something.
Yeah, they had to do something with the waltz or like something, because I don't know, it got really bad really quickly. But
And they so now it looks fantastic.
yeah, like say boarding house as well, because boarding house, you don't really notice it just looking at it, but when you looked a little bit closer, like the stairs were really all scuffed up, and like the banisters and stuff, and they'd done like a lot of work on that as well specifically.
Just
Yeah.
the whole part, especially when you're walking around the teacups as well, like all the and the labyrinth as well.
Fantasyland.
All
The
of Fantasyland,
colours
yeah.
are so vivid.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And they've done a great job with landscaping as usual, but
Still
it's
landscaping today.
Yeah, we
We're
should.
landscaping outside Meet Mickey right now.
maybe because we haven't seen it for a while, but I find the whole park is so lush. Like even around rivers and faroes here, like the trees are so big and bright green and all the plants and everything just looks beautiful. I mean, it is summer, but
They have also clearly done a lot of work as well.
Yeah.
Lots
It's
of
not
work.
just...
yeah, and they've opened a little bit of the repaving in Fantasyland with those cobblestones that look just amazing.
Yes.
Much better than the concrete that was there before. And I mean, it's just too many to list,
'cause-
right? The Frontierland teepees, the smoking, and there's like new light effects at night. They've changed, I think, the lights inside.
Yeah.
It's just
On Main Street. I mean, we the one thing we don't have is the new gazebo. They had filed a permit for this, but it hasn't
the
arrived.
top of it is still missing as well.
Yeah. But I think it's going to happen one day. The walls. I think they probably didn't want walls during the opening.
So for such a centerpiece as well, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of construction though up by the resort hub for the new security entrance.
Diggerland.
Yeah. Even this morning on reopening day, as you're waiting for security, you see those giant cranes. Yeah. Yeah. Those giant cranes basically like eating through this like hill that was there.
Oh my gosh. They're like doing an interview right now as we're doing it on British TV, and like the lady just is chin guarding. Like, she's taken her mask off.
Yeah. Yeah, you cannot take your mask off. So that's something that is quite enforced here, is that even for the selfie spots, you cannot take your mask off, and you have to keep your mask on when you walk around, in the queues, and during the attraction while you're riding everywhere. And people do it. The only time you can take it off is when you are eating, sitting at a table, which is what we're doing now, and we're eating and drinking and recording.
This is like a restaurant dining area, so it's kind of okay.
Yeah, it's a like secluded spot where we're far away from all of the groups.
I think the tables are about 2 meters apart ish.
Yeah, even more than that. I'd say 3 at least.
Yeah.
So you have all those socially distanced tables where people can take off their mask and eat and drink and take a break.
And they're cleaning. I think when we were stood by the Sword and the Stone yesterday, I think they were cleaning that every 10-ish minutes.
Yeah.
Like, so there is a lot of cleaning happening.
Yeah. And cast members go around and clean the railings with some sprays and all the what they call the high touch points. Characters at the beginning and the end of the day climb up Main Street Station. They had it's cute.
It's really cute. And they're still there. Well, I don't know whether they're there now, but we were on the train and they were waving and it's like, oh, this is cool.
Oh, were you on the train? They were still on Main Street Station. Oh, that's nice.
So fun
Because I
to
think
watch.
they're up there for quite a while on the morning.
Yeah, so we were there, maybe 11:30.
Yeah, and they're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
They didn't have.
chunk
They
of
weren't
them.
playing the song anymore. It was
No.
just the loop.
yeah.
Okay. They did a trial on doing cast previews where they had characters get on the Central Plaza stages for a wave, but the problem is that the idea was for guests to walk by and take a quick photo and exit.
Yeah, because it wasn't really a show. It was
No.
literally, they just stood and waved.
They were sort of animating
Yeah. But it was
to
the
a
sense
quiet
of-
music.
The issue was when they came out from the castle, because people would congregate at the sides of where the barriers were to
Yeah.
see them walk in and out. Whereas with the train station, obviously, they just have entrance exits, so there's no like...
They were forcing people to move along, like pretty strict as well. Like, I remember yesterday we were walking because we just wanted to see it. It was about half an hour until the park actually closed. And we met a guest flow cast member that we know, Raphael, and he was like, if you go any further than this, you will have to leave the park.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, we're just going to stand here then.
Yeah. And so that got cancelled because it was just like not doable. I don't know why they don't use the train or one float to just like shuffle characters to the park at random times. If you don't know the time and the parade gate just happens to open and characters go by, that train goes fast. Remember Mini Train? That thing was like the TGV. It can go...
we also saw the Jungle Book Jive floats from last year when it rained.
Oh yeah, those things can go. Those things can go fast, man. And all you need is a bunch of cast members in front to clear the way. And I'm pretty sure they could run the train and put like a dozen characters on it, just waving frantically at people, and then you just pack them back up to the other side of Main Street.
I quite like how they're sort of mixing up the characters a little bit on Main Street Station in the evenings as well. That's quite nice.
Yeah. Yesterday was there was
It's like Adventureland.
yeah, but then there was Timon, Rafiki,
Smee and
Hook and Smee, yeah. But then later on, they
went back to
to
classic.
Goofy and Donald and
So I
Chip
think,
and Dale.
I think maybe the half an hour before closing is kind of random, and then once it's closed, they bring out the kind of
The
classics
actual
again.
VIPs, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, otherwise it's just like a very chilled atmosphere and everyone's happy. Attractions are great. Pirates of the Caribbean looks really fresh. All the
When it's
effects.
working.
When it's working, yes, that's right. Sorry. Big Thunder, when it's working. I mean, right now we have really bad examples for you because it's not. The train is still stuck on the left. Poor train. Oh, yeah.
we can see
The Big
effects
Thunder
all over
restart
it.
process is such a
People have,
long process, though. Like,
yeah,
the
people
evac
have
and restart
evacuated
takes
it, yeah.
forever.
It's such a complex
Yeah.
sort of.
That's what it is, yeah, to
It's
restart,
so
yeah.
Because you got to get off the island.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phantom Manor's done well as well.
Which is fair. Even so, for me, we can still see like some of the smaller effects on the lift hill, like the donkey and the steam. And
Yeah.
everything's working.
Oh yeah, because those I think are like a different circuit or something. The donkey got a haircut,
Yeah.
or a new hair, I guess, new coat. I don't know how to say it. He's an animatronic. Okay, we're not breaking the magic here. So yeah, he's doing well. He's got like a new hairdo for summer. Yeah, all the
entrance process, we should mention about like the scanning of the QR codes.
Yeah, that's really
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Because that's like flawless.
You
we
just
found.
walk in and they just scan your QR code with
Yeah,
a
like a little
phone.
phone, yep.
Yeah, they have like a phone.
Sometimes your QR code, sometimes your AP.
Yeah, you can pull up your reservation with the QR code in your email only. Oh, the boat is back. Or you AP, but sometimes they will ask you for both or one. It depends what the cast member knows, but in the end, it all works fine. It's all good, and it's very quick. Yeah, the entrance process is just very easy.
They check the codes at pretty much just before you get to the turnstiles, so not to get into like Fantasia Gardens or anything like
Right.
that. It's right. At
It's
the
a
entrance.
pre-check before you just scan your ticket and then you just go in.
Yeah, it was seamless, fast. Everyone was like respecting distancing. It was a seamless process. Everything
Security's
worked.
like really quick as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Everything's
think they've
been
got more
efficient.
people, and also they have 3 entry points
Yeah.
with a lot of lines, and so it's very efficient. Yeah, there's definitely more staff up there helping people and getting people through quickly. Also, what was really awesome is cast members from the Main Street shops and restaurants clapping and waving when you enter every day at
And
10.
exit.
And exit, yeah, they did it last night. I don't know if they did it every night. Have they done every night?
I would like it to be
they
every
did.
night.
They did? Can't
I would
remember.
like it to be every night, even if when it gets a little bit busier, they have to be in the shops. Maybe they could get some cast members from around the park to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Like
I feel like at night, like you said, they might be busy helping guests in the shop still. But in the morning, it's really cool. At 10 o'clock, they all get on the side of Main Street, social distance, with their masks, and they have big, Mickey hands, gloves.
They clap or wave.
And they clap and wave. So you have different degrees of involvement. You have some people who just politely wave or smile, through their mask, and you have some people who just go all out and jump around and like do heart hands and do all sorts of stuff. But it's really
special.
fun. It's really special, and I think it's one of the things that people have really loved the most.
Yeah. I got a little bit emotional last night. I mean, hopefully they do something in the evenings, because you're just walking down, they're all clapping as you exit and saying goodbye. And it's kind of like emotional. Like,
Yeah.
It's a really nice end to the day.
Yeah.
It just kind of helps emphasize there's such a positive atmosphere around the whole place right now, and that's just kind of culminates eventually to that. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just so positive right now.
You can tell that everyone is so excited, not just the
Yeah.
guests, but also the cast members and the characters, and even like security. Like this morning, there was a whole team of landscaping who came and clapped welcome and stuff. Like,
You see everyone from every department.
it's weird. It's the one that got me
Yeah.
when I saw landscaping.
It's like, why?
I was like, ooh, okay.
Keep filming.
I just want to give a shout out to Gio, who's wearing a Best Day Ever t-shirt. Because this is a really good day. Like, you're walking down Main Street, you're seeing people you've not seen for months and months and months, and you're just saying hi, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we also saw a lot of executives. Natasha Rofsky was in the park every single day for both cast preview, both AP previews this morning, and she's still walking around the park now. She had basically a meet and greet location for every day, since the previews, and people line up and they love to meet her. I think this is really what was missing from her communication plan. Is just a meet and greet. Yeah,
her Instagram game is strong now as well.
Yeah, she has a great new Instagram. And she's lovely, you know. She's meeting guests, and guests are telling her how happy they are to be back, and it's been great. Danielle Delcourt also was here.
She's done a great job with this reopening, because this is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every team. Like, there's not one area which is like...
But we were sat in Starbucks this morning, and the Disney Village management team came to see Starbucks just to make sure everything was fine. The area manager at Starbucks was down as well.
Yeah.
And they were just meeting to go through all the processes.
There's a lot of care.
They're taking it very seriously.
Yeah. I think there's been a lot of preparation.
Yep.
A lot of changes, but they've done it right. You know, it's a lot of changes and safety measures, but it's not too much. It feels warranted to me, and I'm glad they're here. And also, it gives you that peace of mind that you know you can be like, yes, I will go to Phantom Manor, and yes, I will go in the stretch room, because I know there's only 5 groups in there, and we're going to be 2 meters away in that elevator, and no one is going to be... I'm not going to feel trapped. I'm not going to feel unsafe, because you know that they're very careful of putting everyone in their marks and their boxes and all that.
Yeah, and the stretch room is very sort of strict as well. It's not like a free-for-all. Like, you know when you're on Tower of Terror and it's like, well, now I'll take row 1. It's like, this box, you're over there, this box there.
Yeah, it's the same kind of loading process. So, very well done. Yeah.
Yep, they've really put the effort in to make sure you can have a proper Disney day. Like, it's, of course, things are a little bit different, but you can still get all the enjoyment you can from a normal day.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't fault it, genuinely. Like, compared, like we've all said it, comparing it to the other parks, it's just...
About the park, I mean Disney World.
Disney World, Hong Kong, which
Kong,
unfortunately is closed again.
Yeah.
Tokyo as well. Just the level of everything and detail, and like everyone's saying, like, looking at Disney World, it looks like, not to say that you've done like the bare minimum in opening, but in terms of like they've done the bare minimum in opening, whereas here's they've like actually thought about experiences, made new experiences. We were saying we're shocked that with this reopening it's actually presented as something that makes us want to come more, in the sense of where it's not just, oh, I'll have to put up with this to come. Like, saying like the Mickey and the Magician stuff, like as soon as I saw that, like that would make me want to come instantly. Like it's such like a unique experience.
And you are at a distance, but they still interact with you. You can talk to Cinderella and Fairy Godmother, and Mickey will wave at you, and sure, there's no hug, but in the end, you know what? And also, it goes so much faster. The queues are so short. You know those meet and greet queues that go like a snail?
Autographs.
It's like,
autographs.
Jesus, man.
Oh yeah, the autographs. That takes a lot of time.
But everyone just goes in, does a little wave, interacts for like 30 seconds, take a selfie, and out, because you've kind of done everything. You have the photos of you with them, maybe them by themselves for your memories, and
a lot of people took selfies with the characters anyway, so I don't really think it's changed
not that
much
different.
for guests.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a new song, which is not Sunny Bunnyland, but it is Coming Home to Disneyland,
which is good.
It's good. Did we say that Scott Erickson worked on this?
He did, and he did it in 6 days, I was just told.
6 days. All right. Well done, Scott.
And there's a slightly rock instrumental version of it as well.
There is,
and you know that's Scott right there, because he does like his electric guitar. Because when we did Are You Brave Enough, there was the rock version, and it was this sort of like funky version. He does like those sounds. It's funny. I think we're gonna go and enjoy the parks. Right? What do you think?
Yes. Yeah.
We're gonna go and check out all the new things.
The announcement.
Here's the announcement. It's now in French. But we'll leave you with the new song, which is called Coming Home to Disneyland.
Oh, and they also, before we go, the last half an hour on Main Street, they do like a kind of classic Disney medley, which is nice.
Oh, right. Of course, in the hub as well,
They do play this Disney medley at the end of the day,
Which is like, it surprised me, but it kind of works. It's quite a nice classic end. I think they're trying to like make everyone leave peacefully, so they were like,
let us find some music that is Disney but quiet, and that really gets people like mellow and not singing and dancing, because
it's like a gentle lying down.
Because the reopening song really makes you want to clap and dance, and that's not really what you want at night. You want people to
still play the electric guitar version in that The electric guitar version has made the medley.
But it's more, I feel like it's chiller, no? The electric guitar, it's like smooth jazz.
But I would keep that, like, even when we're back to Illuminations and things, like, I'd keep that for the exit. Like, I think it's quite nice.
Yeah, it's a nice,
Yeah.
It's a nice way to wrap up the day.
Yeah, it's nice. It might even be better than that song they play after Illumination.
Yeah.
What is it like? Come to Your Dream was after Dreams. I can't even remember.
If you can dream. Yeah.
I'm not gonna sing it.
It's on like a random Disney princess album.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Is that
found
where
it. Like, it's not. It's really weird.
That's weird. Yeah, well, back from the weird days. Now we're in the cool days.
We're in the cool days where Disneyland Paris is leading the world.
I know. Well, that's 2020 for you.
Anything can happen.
Everything is upside down this year. All right. Well, thank you guys for getting together here in the park.
Yes.
And we'll leave you so that we can go enjoy the park, and we'll play that new song. And but we'll see you very soon for a more complete podcast back at our residences in London when we're back from the park. Exactly. DOP Report headquarters, virtual headquarters.
We have roped in Ash to write the quiz, so we have to at least do that.
Oh, what on this episode?
No, not on this episode.
Oh, because I think Patrick wanted to do a quiz, but I don't even know where he is.
Do you remember how we were like, we need to get Patrick in a quiz one time?
Yeah, maybe we'll get Patrick to play the quiz for the... Okay, yeah, we'll do that next time. All right, well, thank you everyone for listening, and I hope you enjoy all our coverage and our thoughts, and come visit, really, honestly.
Yeah.
Come visit this summer. It'll be a
safe.
good time. Yeah, it's safe, and you'll have a good time. It's different, but it's great.
Yep.
So that's it. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Have a magical day.
Have a magical day. Bye-bye.
Stepping back into the magic change.